Mike Bond joined now by the former UFC champion, Brandon Moreno. Brandon, how are we doing, man?
Hey, hello, brother. Nothing. Just happy to talk with you.
No, I appreciate the time, man. So how are things been? Obviously, been a few months since the last fight and everything. Nothing really on the schedule at the moment. I know there had been some talks about maybe a couple fights, but are we closer to anything for you right now?
I mean, my last fight was in July. I've been trying to be kind of busy, working. Working with Cuervo and doing all my promotional stuff. I went to Jalisco, to Tequila, Jalisco, to visit the agave fields and everything. And the most important thing, I've been training, man. I've been training, trying to fix my mistakes in the past. I'm trying to improve myself every single time. Winning or losing, and that's what I'm doing right now. Waiting for an official fight coming soon, and that's it.
Yeah, definitely. How important is between fights for someone like yourself? I mean, I know you've been there, you've been a champion, you made like championship money and stuff, but to have sponsors like Cuervo who kind of support you guys between the fights, because obviously you only get paid when you step into the octagon. And for most people, that's only a couple times a year.
Talking specifically about Cuervo, they are helping me a lot. I've been working hard with them. Like I said before, I went to the agave fields like 2 or 3 months ago. Everybody on the team is so kind, and man, I love the product. I love the brand, and I love the partnership they're doing with the UFC. And also I love the partnership they're doing with me. The brand is Mexican. I'm Mexican. We can share a lot of cultures between us. It's amazing. And like you say, the economic part involved in this is amazing because obviously with the pass of the time, with the pass of the fight, you can keep winning better money. But all this extra help with the sponsors, with Cuervo, it's been amazing.
Yeah, what's your drink of choice? Are you like a shots guy? Do you like your mixed drinks? What's your
Man, no,
go-to?
so man, I'm not a really good drinker. I'm an athlete. If I drink like 2 or 3 straight shots, I'm done. So I have to go with the Cristalino, very smooth, very relaxed, because that's it. I just want to enjoy. I just want to be happy. I don't want to be like all down. So that's why.
Yeah, definitely. Tequila will do the trick for you. So when they were kind of tossing around, I mean, was there any specific names they threw at you? I mean, I think I had heard Amir Albazi at one point was someone that was kind of linked to you. Is that a fight of interest at all, or is there someone out there that you think makes more sense for you?
Yeah, they told me, Amir. I don't know what happened. They told me about December, but nothing was like real. Nothing was official. So right now I'm waiting for a specific name to make it official. I know Amir is there. I think it's the most logical fighter in line for me. Amir, no, the winner can be for the title in the next one. So I know Amir is there. And the next one, I don't know. Like I fought against Kaikara France twice, so I don't think so. Manel Cab is fighting against Mateus Nicolau, I think. So, I think.
Yeah.
And the other guys I kind of are a little bit far from the top five fighters. So that's it. I think Amir is the correct fight.
Yeah, definitely. Are you pretty much healthy at this point? I know you had like the hand injury and the fight and everything. Is that pretty much all cleaned up now?
Man, that's the most frustrating part here because I'm healthy. I've been waiting for a fight. I've been waiting. Actually, I put a little pressure to the UFC to say like, hey, I want to fight in December. I want to be active. Even if they need it, like I can be a replacement for the fight in December 16th. But they don't give me nothing, and I try to be very stoic and be calm and be relaxed and just wait for my moment. I've been using all this time to improve myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about like the timeline? So you just want to fight as soon as possible? I know I've heard some whispers maybe there'll be a Mexico event next year. Like, are they maybe holding you out for that?
Man, I don't care. And if it's in Mexico in front of my people, will be very cool. Obviously, the altitude in Mexico City is a real challenge. I have to be prepared for that. But at the end of the day, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. That's why I've been the champion in the past, and I know I can be the champion again. I just have to be calm, focused, and ready for whatever is happening in the future. But man, January, February, I mean,
Yeah, and I guess one of the things, if you're looking for positives for the time off, more time to kind of build that bond with Safe and at Fortis MMA. Have you been spending a lot of time out there?
I, also that's a good point because yes, I spent like 5 weeks there in Dallas, Texas, working with him. All our relation it's been like kind of weird and fast because the first time when I started to work with him was against Davison Figueiredo, the 4-1, and everything was like very far. We had just like 4 weeks to prepare together for that fight. We did amazing. This last fight against Pantoja, we had more time. I mean, the fight was close. The fight was a really good a challenge for us to be together. But that's why I told you like before, like I've been trying to be very positive, to be calm and say, hey, maybe if I don't have a fight, at least I can spend more time with my new coaches, spend more time with Safe, and get more knowledge and and surprise, make a huge statement in my next fight.
Yep, for sure. And speaking of the title, we're a couple weeks away from the flyweight title being on the line. How do you think this fight goes between Pantoja and Brandon Royval?
I mean, it's an interesting fight. I mean, Pantoja. I mean, I fought against him like 3 times in the past, and the last one I was very close. What I have to respect about him is like he found the way to win. He got a lot of damage against me, and he was just going forward. He has a lot of endurance, and the part of Royal, he has a really good distance. He has an amazing and crazy pace in the fight. My question here is if Brandon Royal can be like smart, enough smart in the middle of the fight to to keep the pressure down and do his game. So let's see what happened. No?
Yeah, definitely. Is there more of a? I mean, you had the series that we all know about against Figueiredo, and that ultimately went your way. On the other side, it hasn't gone as smoothly against Pantoja. Like, does it a different feeling with these two rivals in terms of like how the competition has gone?
Man, I have some problem with the number 4, man. I have to fix that. It's not. I promise it's something I don't like. I don't want to do it on purpose, but looks like that's my life, right? And I have to embrace it and keep going. If Pantoja after December 16 is the champion, I want to fight against him. Or if it's Royal, I want to fight against him. So I just want to fight, man.
Yeah, I can tell you're eager. And I guess just one of the last things before I let you go, Figueiredo is making his bantamweight debut this weekend against Rob Font. We just saw him at like media day and stuff. He was saying how much healthier he feels like a few days out from a 35 weight cut. I guess your thoughts on him like going up. Do you think he's going to be able to find the same level of success in that division in terms of like
Yeah.
being a top contender champion, or is it going to be a little trickier for him up there, you think?
Hey, I gave him the advice before the third fight against him. But I mean, I think it's a smart decision. He's big, man. He's a big fighter. He was a really huge 25er, and I don't know. My only question about this fight is if he can keep the same power in the 125 division, because in 125 he was like always the bigger fighter in the middle of the octagon and put a lot of pressure with a lot of power in the right hand. So I want to see if he can keep the same power in the 35 division. And let's see. I mean, Round One is a real challenge for him. It's a real fight, and he has experience and the size. I think the size is not an advantage for Figueiredo in this one. So let's see.
Yeah, and actually, I guess last thing, they're going to do this event at the Sphere next Mexican Independence Day. Dana White said it's going to be the greatest combat sports event like in the history of humanity or whatever. He's been talking this up. Do you need to be on that card? I know it's going to be September. You'll probably fight once, maybe twice before then. But when that comes around in September, like, do they need
And
to put you on this card? Do you want to be on this card?
I'm crossing my fingers to fight twice before that event, man. And sounds good, sounds interesting, you know. Um, let's see how UFC produce all the event around, you know, the sphere, the screens, and all that stuff. How they put in order the octagon, the people. I mean, it's interesting, but if I'm healthy and I don't have a fight, I want to fight definitely in that card. You know, the most important is because it's in September, September 16, and that's an important date for us for the Mexicans.
Yeah, did you like how they did the last one? I mean, a lot of times there's so many UFC events, sometimes they kind of look the same, but this one felt very different and special when you were watching it. Were you kind of blown away? I know you were in the booth doing some commentary and stuff. It seemed like they did a very good job kind of celebrating the culture.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, I was doing like a lot of interaction with Cuervo, and you know, just the atmosphere around the event, you know, all the Mexican people around the arena, all the vibes in Las Vegas, inside of the arena, man, was special, and was cool. And I think that's why UFC want to put a more attention on the Mexican market after that event.
Yeah, it's big time stuff for that part of the world. So appreciate the time, Brandon. You're obviously leading the way, and I think people are very excited to see you back in there next year. And I think you're obviously a huge part of this division. So appreciate the time, man, and looking forward to what's next.
Awesome, bro. Have an amazing day, and thank you so much for the time too.